I remember a summer in Charlotte when our street felt so tight and quiet that every cough, step, and door click carried across the yards like it meant for us. My name is Dalen Mercer, and that year I lived with my mother in a small rental on a narrow street. The houses sat close enough that you could hear people in the next yard without trying. Most days were plain. Kids rode bikes, trash bins stayed out too long, and somebody's dog barked at the sky for no reason. The first weird thing happened after I came home from the corner store with a Dr. Pepper and chips. Our backyard had wet dirt near the fence line, and there were fresh footprints there. They were not ours. The steps ran right beside the back fence, near the old boards that leaned a little. I stood there holding my soda and looking at them, thinking maybe a kid had cut through. But the prints were slow and neat, like whoever made them had taken their time. The neighbor behind us lived in a blue house with white trim. His shades were always half open. I never learned his name. Every time I stepped outside for trash or mail, I would catch him near that window. At first, it felt like normal nosiness, the kind you get from people on small streets. Then it got harder to ignore. He was there too often. Sometimes he was just standing still, like he had been waiting for me to look up. My mother said I was making too much of it. She was the type to lose her keys and blame the couch. So I kept quiet and watched back. One evening, I found a small piece of string tied to our back gate. It was white and thin, like somebody had tested if the latch opened from outside. I stared at it longer than I should have. Then I pulled it off, threw it in the kitchen trash, and locked the gate, even though the lock was bent and hard to turn. The kitchen smelled like burnt coffee because I had forgotten the pot on the warmer all afternoon. A few nights later, around 2 a.m, I heard the gate click softly, just once. I sat up right away. The house was dark except for a street light leaking through the blinds. I went to the back door and looked out. The motion light in the neighbor's yard was on. His yard was empty, but the light was bright enough to show the fence, the grass, and the edge of his porch. I did not go outside. I just stood there in my socks, trying to decide if I had really heard the gate or if I was half asleep. My mother was snoring on the couch, so I could not even ask her. That made it feel worse. It felt like I was the only person awake on the whole block. The next morning, my mother found a torn paper bag near the porch. Inside, it was a receipt from the corner gas station we used all the time. It showed the exact time we had gotten home the night before. She held it up and said, "What the hell is this?" I had no answer. I looked at the paper and felt stupid, because it was our receipt. Same place, same time, same night. That was when it hit me. He was not just watching us by chance. He was tracking us. He knew when we left, when we came back, and which door we used. He never broke in. He never said anything. That was the worst part. If he had done something loud and dumb, we could have called the police and pointed at one clear thing. Instead, he stayed close and quiet, like he knew he was safe. After that, even seeing his curtains move made the whole house feel exposed. I would pull the shades down in our own place and still feel stupid. Like that did not really protect us from anything. My mother started checking the back gate every night before bed. Once she found the string tied there again, only this time it was yellow. We moved 2 months later. I did not wait for the lease to end. The last night there, I saw his shade move once more. Just a small shift, then nothing. I still think about that house sometimes, not because he did anything huge, but because he never gave us a reason we could explain. No threats, no break-in, just a man next door acting like he belonged in our routine. That was enough to make the whole place feel wrong, even after we left. I still check backyard gates now, even at places far from that street. A simple click can pull me right back there, standing in the dark, trying to act normal while watching a fence line and waiting for nothing for it again alone.